we thought.
No, I want to find these creative people through Tumblr and Instagram and Twitter, and then just kind of taking portraits of them. I actually have some pictures. I love September because all the new magazines comes out, and
what I think of the music, the lyrics.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like show and tell.
it's just
This is awesome.
what I'm saying is that it's my belief that we're an integral part of this earth as humans. You know what I mean? And we should be of an intelligence and of awareness by now that we know it's not good to fight. It's not good to discriminate. It's not really good to knock people down. Do you know what I mean? It's not good to be eating and living well when people have nothing to eat. It's not good to be taking the piss out of people who don't know that nasty way of thinking. In other words, your Amazonian Indian who's getting kicked off his land so that McDonald's some cows so we can all have cheap hamburgers. What I'm saying is we must all help each other, make each other aware. And although every man thinks, well, it's nothing to do with me and why should I bother and life's hard enough anyway, there's still something we can do, I know it. There's still something we can do from the fact that I'd like to be able to walk down the street and you see the next man and he goes, alright there, how you doing? Cool. Doing that, do you know what I mean? And people are more and more realising this, so we have to create a vibe to ourselves. We need each other. In a way, we're being run. We're in a system, it's being run by some people who sit at the top. They have a privileged position there. They're not using that position properly. Like the Director of Public Prosecutions gets caught in King's Cross. Like, the Guinness guy, not happy with the millions he's already got, has to try and scam a few more million. We're dealing with greedy people who are on power trips of their own. People who can't be trusted to not think, I don't like those type of people.
I just love the gory stuff. Often, their histories are as horrific
and we as
their
people,
mind-boggling
have to somehow get a voice, man, because what's happening, they're trying to split us all up.
That's the idea of the fanzine, is to cut besides all the bullshit that's going on that you get that surrounds a lot of these bands, like certainly bands that start off like you and then get popular. So that's the idea of the fanzine, to cut beyond that and sort of like just do this thing as a really independent sort of roots thing.
That's right, and that's how I want to do everything, because it's about telling me there's some genuinity in there. In the music business, it's been run by like radio conspiracies and like the shit that gets played and the talented people who never get a break. And all them people have had a knock at me, you're doing black music, this and that. Well, I'm doing it with every respect, do you know what I mean? And like, it's just as hard for me, man, as it is for the next man, do you know what I mean? I don't consider that I'm a talentless geezer.
A lot of people say
because I know I have more black people come to me and say I think you're doing really wicked music than white people. You know what I mean? So what more do I need to know about it? I mean, there are people who want to use that as an issue and be stupid. And then there are people who don't even think about it, don't even look at it. Which is, of course, how it should be. You know what I mean? Because the very people who are pointing the finger. Alright, mate? The very people who are pointing the finger are being hypocritical themselves, If you want to discriminate against one man, then, it goes both ways. You can't be like that. You can't do that. So it ain't fair. But so, therefore, I think, we've got to get a common goal, a common voice, something we all get behind and support. So, and then use that. If there's financial gain to be made, let that financial gain be plugged into things that matter, and that's what it is. You can't fight people with lots of money with no money, unfortunately, in this world. All you can do is strive to change the little thing. But each man can change, like I said, just walk down the street and be cool. And how about everybody open their door and help the next man for a change, and don't feel you're losing something by helping, because when you help someone, the next man will always help you when you need it. And it's a slow chain, and although you don't get the return straight away, and you think, look, I gave him this and I haven't got anything now. Don't worry though, because soon when you
Oh yes, indeed. I am very addicted to social media. Why? Because when I'm bored, it's the only thing that keeps me entertained, you know. I think a little bit and I have to watch out because as soon as I'm not doing something and I'm bored, I'm like, okay, so it's instant. I take the phone and I'm like, let me check.
I love looking at images and fashion and different pictures, so I think that's the addicting thing with Instagram is being stimulated in that way all the time.
I would like wake up in the morning, I check my Twitter and Instagram and go back and forth, and then if I'm just always have my phone in my hand, I may not even tweet anything or post anything, but I'm just on it, like watching my feed and just seeing like what else is going on.
When you're with a group of friends and all of a sudden everybody is on social media, and that just made me realize that you're not in the moment and you're not social, and that's the opposite.
My friends have Instagrams and they ask you to do a picture with them, and they do and do and do and redo, and I'm like, okay, we got it.